so I'm taking a short trip home now, but while being in the studio, it's an ancient craft handed down from generation to generation, but now it's a proud one that is being imitated all over the world. And that's the next leg of our conversation, the history of Adire, tie and dye. That's what it simply means. Let's have this conversation together as we welcome Mr. Michael Ogunfidodo, tie and dye manufacturer and CEO Fidodo Ibile Concept Limited. You're welcome to the program, sir, and we're so glad to have you.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
You can see Bukola is so glad. She's all adored in the dress, which looks beautiful.
Yeah, very beautiful. And we have, you know, a spread of Adire. We've become temporary merchants. So reading the history of Adire, you know, is very fascinating. We know that it's a craft by the women of, you know, Egba in Abeokuta, southwest Nigeria. Exactly. And, you know, it was a woman that taught her children, and then it was handed down from generation to generation. But more importantly, today, is it that simple, you know, to go into manufacturing and sale of Adire? What does it take? Yeah,
it's very, very simple now, unlike the old days when things are very old and people believe that we have to keep the secret. But now the secret is open. We welcome young people. Even nowadays, most people you see they are young, even graduate people. They are in the business now. It's as open as any book. So it's easy to learn and it's easy to acquire the skill now.
So is it also being taught in schools, in higher institutions, the skill, you know, of learning to manufacture Adire?
I can say yes, because we have a lot of people that comes around for IT, training. Even they will bring letters from different higher institutions that they want to learn the practical aspect of Adire. So
beyond what is taught in higher institutions,
yeah, we have a lot. Even presently within my market, we have a lot of people from different schools that they have their letters from various institutions that they want to do 3 months training, practical trainings. I mean, 3 months training, a month training, and even we see some of their lecturers coming, checking their logbook to ensure that yes, they actually fit in and they actually do the training.
So maybe we have to zoom into that training part. I know that we don't have all the things we need here to be able to put it together. But for the people that are not familiar with Adire, let's make that assumption that people who may not even know about Adire, maybe walk us through what is required in terms of material to be able to put this together. Because I can see different patterns and all of that. I know maybe ink is involved on it, but you're the expert, so walk us through from the very start to get into this final product.
Okay. Adire is so voluminous because we have different aspects. But the basic things you need is your fabric, which it has to be cotton. Then that depends on the area you want to go into, whether you want to go into batik, or you want to go into needlework, or you want to go to normal stitches, tie and dye. We have varieties. So let me just pick a simple one, which is the batik. Yeah, in the way you are going
do you have anything that is batik here?
This is a batik now.
Okay, yeah. So now we're doing practical
now.
Yes.
To produce this, you need a fabric that is 100% cotton. You need a wax. We call it candle wax. Then you need your pattern, your stencils, which you can easily be cut inside a foam, because the wax you have to melt it inside a pot. Then you need the foam. Then you need your dye. You need your chemicals, hydrosulfides, caustic soda. Then you need hot, not really hot water per se, but you need hot water to dilute the dye, and you will need fresh water too. So the process is as simple as you melting your candle. After melting the candle, the stencils, the foam which you have already cut, you place it inside the candle, melt candle, not too hot, because if it's too hot, it's going to sink. So that's why you need a professional to really know how to go about it. So not too hot. So you're now using the foam to be pressing it on the cloth. That is why you have all this foam, all this pattern like this. Then when you finish all that, you can see, you can now give it a false color. If you want it to be false color, then you let it dry, you bring it back again, you pattern it again. So the aspect of dyeing, it depends on the dye you want to use, whether you want to use green, orange, or any color you want to use. Then the caustic soda and the solvite is usually in ratio 2:1, because the hydrosolvite is a retainer. It helps the dye to retain on the cloth. Well, the caustic soda, it breaks the molecular structure of the fabric so that the dye can penetrate. But when you have too much caustic soda, you will find out that the cloth will be tearing. That's why you see some people saying, these are direct tear, these are direct tear. That means there is too much caustic soda. Because when the molecular structure of the fabrics have break too much, then it becomes a problem. So it's usually ratio 2:1. Then after that, you do the dyeing. But in the aspect of batik, you need not a hot water, you need just a warm water. Because you will still use a very hot water to de-wax the wax from the cloth. So after the dyeing, you reason very well, then you place it inside the hot water where you remove all the wax, which is also usable again from the water. Then after that, it's done.
So I'm wondering, how long will this take to make?
It depends. Like this, if the weather is very good, you can make this one within a day.
If the weather is very handmade.
It's all handmade.
And that is the value of this craft, handmade.
Yes.
I know there's conversations around, making it mechanized, having some sort of factory process. By the way, will that bring down the value, the quality of it if we were to mechanize this process, which we'll talk about because I see that it's been adulterated now.
Yes. The beauty of Adire is the handmade. That's what people want to buy. That's what people want to cherish. The handmade, the feeling that is, this thing is creativity.
Yeah.
It's about you thinking and bringing out something out of nothing to make it look unique, to make it look appealing. True. By the time you start adding machine or you start adding, there are some areas that machine can be useful. When we are talking about drying, of course, you can use machine to dry. In the raining season, it's always good to use machine to dry. Yeah, those aspects are okay. But when we are talking about designing, you are talking about creating a design. Because, like, for instance, you can see design is like this. I might decide to not do it like this. I might decide to do it.
Alterations.
Yes.
And that brings me to the conversation around adulteration. Okay. Where, technology has gone far, as I always say. There's AI now.
Yes.
I could just tell AI to generate an Adire design for me. It does it. And you can just take it to the prints the Adire and all of that. But there's that value in handmade, absolutely. In fact, some of the most pricey items are the ones that are handcrafted, and they put it there. It is handcrafted, and you know that someone's life went through, someone gave some part of his life for you to have this particular, item. But speak to us. There are alterations. Sorry. Not adulterations now.
Yes.
Will I call them fake Adire or imitations? How do I identify? Because I want to actually purchase Adire that I know that the money is going to the right people. And I see you have, perhaps, is this an adulteration?
Yes,
right?
yes.
So walk us through.
Maybe you just pick it up so that the cameras can see. You put it side by side with the original.
Like, for instance, let me be honest. Let's be very honest ourselves. This is not Adire.
But it looks very much like it.
No, it's not Adire. Adire simply means Adire, tie and dye. But this is not tie and dye.
What is this?
This is just pure pirated. There is no element of tying and there is no element of dyeing.
But how can I tell?
The only thing they only do about this is that they take a picture of this. This is our own. They take a picture of it, put it in a machine, and print something like this. So you can see it doesn't even look like Adire. And even from checking even the fabric itself, you can see all these end product of petrochemicals.
It's looking glossy, like you made it in life.
It's looking glossy, but in a hot weather like this.
But talk to us about the durability of both. Which is more durable?
Okay. Let's talk about even the health aspect. This is fabric.
It's breathable.
It's cotton. It's breathable. In a hot weather, you will sweat. You will see the sweat here. But this is not fabric. It's also fabric, but it's not cotton. In a hot weather, it doesn't absorb your sweat.
Okay.
It looks like plastic, actually.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's more like nylon. We put fire on it, you will see the burning like nylon. It's pure nylon.
And indeed, the government has recognized the threat of the imitation of Adire, and there were moves by the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs to ban importation of Adire from China. How much of a threat is it to the local market?
To be honest, this is taking jobs from millions of Nigerian youths. Because it takes effort, it takes brain, it takes creativity to produce this. And somebody from somewhere will come, take a picture, and produce millions of this. Then a lot of young Nigerians, they are out of job because of this. And some people believe that they are doing business. And we are talking about hardship in Nigeria, and our government is sitting down, allowing this to thrive in our country. Then something needs to be done. So if we cannot protect a young entrepreneurs in Nigeria, then what are we saying? Where are we going? Something needs to be done fast. A lot of people are jobless now because this is cheaper. It's cheaper to buy in the market. So somebody takes a lot of effort to produce this, and somebody just come and produce millions of it.
You know, do me a favor, just give me both. I want the camera to really be on it because I know you're explaining and explaining. So I'm going to keep this while you're talking. I'm going to keep this like this. Sorry, I'm the props for today. Keep this like this so that the cameras can
really zoom in.
So when he talks fake, I will raise. Oh, is it contra? I don't know. So this is the one he's talking about now. On the face of it, you may not be able to decide, but when you touch it, this is the real Adire.
Yes.
So sorry, I'm not trying to do his job.
Fake.
I'm just trying to work with the cameras.
Really,
this is
someone from somewhere. We need to know that somewhere. Is it from outside the country? Because I've seen reports about it coming from outside the country. Is it from in country? Where is that somewhere? So we'll know where to begin to look.
Sincerely, because they know what they are doing. Yeah. That is why you cannot see them advertising this. That's why you cannot see them telling people that this is our company. I dare them. Let them come out and tell us that this is where our company is.
But I think
this is where we are producing it.
From China, I think importers from China are also.
Sincerely, we don't know. We don't even have a concrete evidence where it's being produced from. Some people said that it's being done at what's it called, free trade zone. Some people said it's imported from China. But what we know is that if you produce today, in less than 2 weeks, you will see that production of the pirated one within the market.
Okay, so talk to us about what exactly you want. Do you want an outright ban of imported Adire, such that the local fabric manufacturing industry in Ogun, in Osun, where they're being produced, can thrive?
Yeah, that's what we want. Because a lot of young people, they are just idle. They are not working again. The creativity is no more there. The enthusiasm to produce is no more there. Because if I actually take my time, brainstorm, I say, okay, fine, let me create this thing. And wow, people are like, whoa, this is a lovely design. I love it. Like this one now, this is the stitches. It takes me a lot of effort to produce this. It takes me a lot of effort.
And it's really looking nice.
Like something like this. It takes more than 3 months to produce.
This design?
Yes, I like it. More than 3 months to produce one.
Okay.
So now imagine.
I will not hold the fake one.
So now imagine
hold the original.
After 3 months producing this, and there you see it in the market surplus
and cheaper.
So where is the enthusiasm to produce again? So a lot of people are tired of even working. So
besides now, we get a point of piracy or discounter production that is not good for the industry. But before all of this happened, how economically viable has it been? If somebody gets into this business, in terms of money, how viable is it for young people to get into this business?
Let me be honest, Adire is a very lucrative business because it's bringing out the passion in you. Even somebody that's into art. Even if you are not into art, if you are the type that loves creativity, it brings out the passion in you. And it's not really all about money, it's about what gives you passion, what gives you joy, what gives you happiness. And if you derive that, then whatever you are gaining, you'll be contented and you'll be happy. But I can tell you categorically that Adire is a very lucrative business. If our great grandmother have been doing it and they are very successful in it, So why can't we do it? And everybody in the business are happy. Nobody is lamenting, except now that things are very, very costly.
Indeed, and there's so many other areas to touch, but we must leave it there for now. I'm
well,
sure
at least we know this is the plug. If you want original Adire, not the proper one.
Yes.
Fidodo.
Is the plug.
The man to go.
Yes, I'm Ibile Apparel. That's my...
Yes, so Ibile Apparel is the plug. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Mr. Michael Ogunfidodo is the CEO, Ibile Apparel. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.